Welcome back to the Mountain Outpost, the Javelina 100 edition. I am Zach Marion here with my co-host Leah Yingling.
Hi, everyone.
And we have a legend in the sport, Ragna
Hello.
Hello. It is nice to have you here. I tried my hardest to get that name right.
Good to be
I still
here.
probably slaughtered it. But we are so grateful to have you here, for you to share some of your time with us before you take off, go rest, and go get ready for tomorrow's events. What brings you to Javelina 100?
I love racing in the US, and in Europe there are like about 5 to 10 races like we want to race as Europeans, and Javelina is definitely one of them. So Javelina has actually been on my list for several years, and then I saw it's also like a golden ticket race, so it was like an extra motivation to say like, okay, I'm gonna race this year. So that's how I came to be here.
I would say you've got some pretty good success on U.S. soil racing here in the United States. Last time you raced in the United States, you were third place at Western States in what is still the Masters record in an incredible, I think, 1740 something. Incredible. I'm assuming you'd love to get back to Western States. How are you feeling about the course, the heat, the conditions, the flat, fast relative course?
Yeah, it feels like I'm doing something completely new.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm used to trail races. They can be steeper, they can be less steep, more runnable, more technical. And this one just seems to be like a little bit more outstanding, like very flattish, but not flat, long, warm. So I don't know how my body will cope with it. I know physically I'm very capable of doing a good race, and I can run comfortable at the speeds that are like necessary to be in front. But of course, there are several other factors. I think I'm good with dry heat usually. I don't like the humid heat so much, but the dry heat I quite like actually. So I have the experience of Marathon des Sables, for example, and I cope well with it. But you never know, because it's a pretty long race. And the other thing I feel like is new is like the speed. Like it's not a race where you walk at any moment. So it's like you just have to keep going and try to be consistent and just keep pacing yourself in the same pace all the time. So I've never done something like that, and it's not something I could have practiced at home, because I don't have the time to run for such a long time. So it will be like I'm very excited. I think it's like a test, like a personal test. Can I do it? And I hope yes.
I absolutely love that attitude, and that is the right way to approach a new type of terrain, a new type of conditions. You've obviously proven in the past your history with Marathon des Sables that you can do some very warm conditions. You've proven at Western States you can do warm and fast. Here at this race, what are you looking forward to? What weapon in your quiver? What is your specialty that you're bringing to this race? Is it your attitude, your speed, your performance? What do you think that might be? Your experience even?
Definitely, I'm really excited about being here and running. So that will keep me motivated, and that will help me, I think. Because it's not just like, I'm going to have to do race here. And I really am excited about racing here and to see how it will work, how I will be able to cope with everything. So that definitely, I think otherwise probably also I'm like naturally a fast runner. So even though I'm a mountain runner, I always think like, flat is a lot easier for me. Like I train easily on a flat. I have more power on a flat than on the hills. So for being a mountain runner, I have to train a lot my uphill strength. And on the flat, it seems to come a lot more natural. And so that's probably also like a plus compared to other like mountain runners at least.
Man, that's incredible that you say that, because you've been world mountain champion on 2 occasions, I believe. And hearing you say like, oh, speed is your specialty, that's really incredible. Talk to us a little bit about the year that you had, because I knew you returned to Marathon des Sables this year, and I believe didn't have quite the race that you wanted to have there. What's that looked like since then?
Yeah, I actually went to Marathon des Sables with a broken tibial bone. So it happened like a month before the race, and because of feeling responsible towards my sponsors and I don't know, something also just I didn't want to renounce, I decided to maintain my training and to go to the race anyway. So I was training with my broken leg for 1 month, which was very hard mentally. And when I got to the race, I felt like I don't even know if I can finish the first stage because it was very painful. I can assure you. And then it was just like it went going, and I won the first stage, like even like crippling, and I won the second stage. So every time it was like, yeah, I liked it, but it was also like it meant like I had to continue. So I did this third stage, and I won it again. Every day it was harder and harder, and I was just like crying, and it was really, really like a really tough mental and physical situation. And finally I came through it, not with like a first place, because on the fourth stage my body just said like, you know,
no way,
it wasn't possible. But I kept going, and I kept fighting until I got to the finish line, which was a big lesson, I think, for me, and it was a big learning moment, mentally, physically. Actually, it took me quite a long time to recover mentally. I think physical recovery went really well. Like when you break a bone, it's like literally 6 weeks if you respect the recovery process. And my coach Danny helped me to come through it very easily with lots of exercises and lots of like, you know, I just had a lot of work to do anyway. Like, you know, I didn't feel like I'm sitting on a bank doing nothing. But mentally it was a slower process.
Yeah.
Like I was really hurt mentally, and it's not something you can control. Like, with your voluntaries, so you have to just wait and to give it time. And I think the summer was really good, just driving through Europe and relaxing and training as well. I did some races, but they were just comeback races, like 50k races, which is probably about 30 miles or something. Yep. And now I'm only really fit. I went to race 100k race in Catalonia, which was the Spartan World Circuit, and I came third there. But it wasn't like I wasn't feeling well. It wasn't a good result, like in terms of performance. But yeah, here I am. So I think I'm fit to race, and I'm back.
I think sometimes a misstep can still be a step forward if you treat it appropriately, and it sounds like that experience and the injury gave you the space to come back, and it seems like you're very excited to be here. You're happy to race and have a fun time. Part of the Javelina 100 experience is having a fun time. It is known as a party in the desert, which brings a whole new approach to racing, especially as an elite. Are you wearing a costume tomorrow?
So yes, it's only a little costume. It's not a real costume, but I'm gonna wear some bear ears, which goes back to my other name. My nickname is Cody, and that comes from the Kodiak bear. And I have this name because I like to eat salmon and some other features. But the name was given to me, and I feel very identified with this name. So I thought, it would be nice to represent my nickname. So it will be just some ears sewn onto my cappy, and I will put some lights in it so they will lighten up.
I absolutely love that. Both Leah and I will be out on the course tomorrow, so we'll be looking for the Kodiak bear of the Javelina 100. What is the rest of your kit going to be? Do you want to give a shout out to Meryl, and what are you going to be wearing?
Yeah, I will represent Meryl. I'm really pleased again because when I came to Western States, John from Meryl came to crew me. He flew over from Michigan, and now he's back here again, and it means so much to me. Like it's like, you know, Meryl is really my family, and he really him being here for me is it's super important, and I really appreciate it. So a big thank you to Meryl, to John especially. And one of my other important objects will be my watch, my Chorus watch. I'm sponsored by Chorus, and I think they have what's it called now? I'm getting feature instead of your pace, you can put your effort pace.
Oh,
Sorry,
nice.
I was just getting like a blackout. And I think that's really useful here because even though it's flat, it's not completely flat. So when you have like uphills, you can also like take into account a lot your effort pace. And I heard somebody talking about effort level and to run with your own effort level. And I think, it really fits to the effort pace and effort level. Like it's something to take really take into account in this race, I think.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess probably one of our last questions is, how do you see yourself racing tomorrow? Are you somebody that likes to race from the front? Do you like to play it conservative and chase some people down? Kind of, what will we see from you tomorrow?
I hope to be able to do a consistent race, which means I can't start too fast. But with races, it's always a bit like, I think any runner, like fast runner, will tend to start a little bit too fast and then drop back a little bit. And with me, it's usually the way I start, I can continue. So I am not like a super fast starter. And I hope I will have that feeling as well. But I will go by feeling. Like, I will check and see like, no, you're going way too fast, slow down. But I think I will just go like feel and then check if it's more or less the pace that I need to set. And then I'll hope to be able to just keep that going all the way through.
I absolutely love that. Comfortable is smooth, smooth is fast, fast wins races. So that is a great game plan. Ragna, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for giving the viewers and listeners at home a little bit about you and your Cody nickname. I absolutely love that. That is something that is great. Thank you for joining us. We wish you a speedy, fast, fun, cool race tomorrow.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
We're excited. Good luck.
Thanks.